Hello loves and welcome back to Madimas. I actually already filmed this video, but my mic was not turned on, and that wouldn't be a problem if this was not a plug-in. So if it's plugged in, then that means you cannot hear anything. Yeah, so we're refilming this video. Well, today we're going to be looking at the 7 books that I read in the month of November. I would say I'm actually really proud of myself because I've been reading a lot less recently because it feels more like a chore than a hobby. And so I'm really just rarely reading now, but I feel like December I want to get back into the actual reading, like reading stuff that I actually want to read, not just sticking to a TBR or sticking to what's popular and feeling pressured into reading stories that I don't want to read, right? So that's why December is not going to have a TBR video. It's literally just because I just want to mood read. And there is going to be a reading vlog as well, so you guys can read with me, and it's going to be non-spoiler. Guys, I rarely do non-spoiler videos, so take what you can take, okay? Try and do a lot less non-spoiler videos for Madimas, okay? But we have 7 books that we have today. I want to start this video off by saying that I am an author. These books you see right here are mine. I wrote them. And you guys can check out my Instagram and TikTok. Those are both linked in the description down below. Follow me on those platforms because all the short form content you guys see up here on YouTube goes straight to Instagram and TikTok first. So if you guys want to be in the loop before YouTube is even in the loop, then I would just go say follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you guys never ever miss a video. And let's go ahead and just get started. So I wanted to start off by saying that for these books I have physical copies of, and 3 of these books I read on my Kindle or Kindle app because I literally just got my Kindle, so only 2 of these books have actually been read on the Kindle, but all 3 of these are read on on a device, right? So the first book I read in the month of November was Always the Boyfriend by Alison Specka. This was actually an ARC book, and I got this book for it was an ARC book, and I rated this book 3 stars. It wasn't bad per se. I would definitely recommend reading it. My only issue with the book is that it was focused much more on the romance, right? And I know Alison Specka writes romances, but the whole reason the romance started was because of the mystery that was happening, and we were not focused on said mystery, and it was just kind of upsetting to me because I was just like, okay, well, where's the mystery? If anything, the mystery seemed like a subplot for it to be such an important thing that this girl was having mental breakdowns, and then it just instantly becomes a subplot once our male main character is introduced. And I was just like, okay, well, maybe it's not all that serious then. Basically, what this book is about, it is about a girl whose grandmother just passed away, so she inherits her grandmother's apartment and her grandmother's cat, and she just wins the lottery after losing her grandmother, and her cat gets stolen, and now it's up for ransom, right? And it's all the lottery money, and this girl needs the lottery money. Like, this girl is broke, she has no money, like, she needs the lottery money ASAP, right? So she's having a mental breakdown in the hair salon every single day, and one of her coworkers is like, I have a brother who solves cold cases and he can help you with this case. And so our FMC and our MMC team up, and I'm sorry, like, I'm so tired, I don't remember many people's names right now, so please forgive me, but FMC and our MMC, they team up, and literally the mystery disappears the second they meet. Like, we do a few investigations, but then it's like no mystery. Like, the mystery just completely disappears. When you find out who it is, it's just like made, first of all, no sense, but also felt like it was just a rushed solution to end the problem and the conflict of the story. So that is why I rated it 3 stars, because it felt like it was not giving the usual Alison Specka that Alison Specka usually gives, right? Beautiful. So the second book that I read was The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I rated this book 2 stars. This book was horrible. I actually hated all 3 of the books, and I was just like, okay, this is the last one in the actual, like, main trilogy before you get into, like, the actual, like, if you read further, you get into the actual series. And I don't understand why this trilogy series, whatever, is so hyped. First 2 books, I absolutely positively hated them. They are not good. The series really is just not worth your time, because Avery inherits millions upon millions, or even billions of dollars. This girl owns a mansion, she owns islands, she owns NFL teams, and she's letting these broke people who live in her house, who she could kick out in any given moment, boss her around and act like she doesn't know what she's doing. So that was the reason I didn't like the first 2 books, because why are we taking orders from peasants? Like, not even in a mean way, but it's like, quite literally, you're living in my house, using my money, under my roof, using my things, taking advantage of me, and then you're telling me what I can and cannot do in my own house. who are you? That's literally why I hated the first 2 books, right? So then I get to the final gambit, and I'm like, okay, I read the first 100 pages. It's actually going so good. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so good. Where was this in the first 2 books? Then the rest of this book hits, a surprise character comes in, ruins the whole thing, okay? And I hate love triangles as it is, but this just pissed me off. Usually I hate love triangles because it's so obvious who the winner should be, and that's usually never who ends up getting the girl, right? So, with that being said, with the Summer I Turned Pretty, hate that series. I'm team Conrad needs to get out of there because Conrad is peak and Jeremiah is trash, right? So I'm obviously team Conrad, but I did not like the story. I did not like the love triangle because it was so stupid to me. That's why I don't like love triangles. Then, so I'm like, okay, at least with the Summer I Turned Pretty, I know I'm team Conrad. At least with the Lightlark saga, because she decided to extend it like 27 books. At least with the Lightlark saga, I know I'm team Grimm because Oro sucks and he's boring and he's Oro, okay? At least with those 2 love triangles, I know who I'm rooting for in the love triangles. I get, like, the first 2 books, they were showing signs, but I was just like, okay, we're gonna brush it off, right? This book really solidified the fact that I don't like either of the male main characters. Like I said, a surprise character shows up and she starts running the place. She literally does, and Avery's trying to warn them about things, about this, about that, this, that, the third. Tell them like, oh, this person's coming, and oh, this is about to happen, like, oh, we're in danger. She could put a turkey cheese sandwich in front of their face and like, this is turkey cheese, and this is a turkey cheese sandwich, and I'm like, no, this is pizza. It don't make sense, does it? Exactly. So quite literally, she would say stuff that was like factual in their faces, like it was obvious information, and they would brush it off and be like, you're such a liar, Avery. I don't understand why you hate this mystery character. And most of the stuff she was saying wasn't even directed towards this mystery character. Like, she obviously had her suspicions because she was suspicious of everybody. But there was stuff where it was playing out plans where she was like, I think we should do this. And they started like verbally jumping this girl. Like, oh my goodness, like, you're so stupid. What are you talking about? Like, you know what you're talking about. Like, you don't know how to solve mysteries. They acted like she was dumb and then acted so surprised when she was right. Every single freaking time. So that just made me really mad because where's your common sense? I can't root for characters who I don't like. Yeah, the Platinum Gambit. It wasn't good. It was 2 stars, okay? The next book I read is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens last December because that was our book club pick. That book made me swear off of classics for good because I couldn't understand a single word I didn't understand what was happening. Actually, I didn't understand a single word he was saying. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't even understand the plot. Okay, I was just like, are all classics like this? Okay, I'm just like, okay, I'm thinking all classics are like this. Setting the tone, first freaking classic, and it's just not good. Okay, I did not like that book. I was just so confused. So I get Little Women, and I'm like, okay, this is about to be a literal carbon copy of A Christmas Carol writing wise. Louisa writes as if she was alive in the 2020s, right? Like, not as in like the culture, because 2020 was its own culture. And I think that we genuinely need to acknowledge the fact that it was its own thing, right? So I'm reading and I'm understanding every single word. Like, I'm enthralled. I can understand. I know what's happening. I understand the characters. I know where we are and when we are at. I know everything. I'm engaged, right? Because I can actually understand what's happening. So if you want to get into classics, I definitely say Little Women is the one to get in for you. This book was a 4-star for me. It was really good. It's really worth the read. It was actually so much fun. The next book that I read is Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. I put this book off for so long because I was just, after reading every book that Johnny even makes a cameo in, I was terrified to read her story because while Joey and Shannon are siblings, right? And Shannon had it bad. I already knew that based on the things we saw from Joey and other people's books, he, not to say he had it worse because they went through like similar things, but he had it bad on top of like his problems and his addictions and everything like that. So with this series, with Boys to Tom in general, please read your trigger warnings. Like these books, Chloe Walsh does not care about triggering you, okay, chat? She does not care. I mean, she does because she leaves the trigger warnings and she's like, please, like, I love you, like, literally. But I'm just saying, like, she will put anything and like everything in these books. But what makes it even scarier is that, like, specifically with Redeeming 6, not Redeeming 6. What is that book called? Redeeming 10. Redeeming 10, she experienced everything Lizzie went through. That scared me the most, right? Because I'm just like, oh. Oh, right? I don't understand why people hate Aoife so much. Aoife is my girl. I just think people just hate the FMCs. Every FMC besides Shannon, just like because she exists. Besides Shannon and Katie. And even I got a little shade to throw at Katie. I don't hate Katie. Got a little shade to throw at her though, because she be thinking she's slick. But she's mad disrespectful to Lizzie. She is. Like before her and Lizzie even met, she was mad. Just like, who just goes up to somebody talking about something? Are you hot? Like genuinely get out the bathroom. What are you doing? Yeah, but 5 stars. Saving 6 was 5 stars. It was like so heartbreaking, but it was also so lovely, and I was like giggling, kicking my feet when it was happy times. The next book that I read is Hot for Slayer by Ellie Hazelwood. This was like one of her seasonal novellas, so this one came out for Halloween because she was doing like the Amazon novella collab or whatever, right? And this was about a vampire and a vampire slayer, and the vampire slayer has been hunting her for millenniums and years, hundreds and thousands upon years, right? Like since the 1400s. Mind you, this takes place in the 2025s, so they're immortal. First of all, just turn it off. But one day, like they're like battling because she's not trying to die. He's trying to get her, and he gets knocked out. I forgot how, but he gets knocked out, and he lists all his memories of her and his past job, all of the sorts. So yeah, it was 3 stars. It wasn't anything special, but it was definitely something cute and fun to read. Like I genuinely like do miss Etha a little bit. Like Etha was low key kind of my girl for real. Kind of do miss her for real. But, next one I read was Engaged in Espionage by Janessa Faith. It was a novella to her book, Date with Danger. It's like, it was just something cute and it was something fun to read. So if you've read Date with Danger, I would say you could read this one. It was just something about Amelia in this book that really pissed me off like the whole time. I rated it 3 stars, but it was just something about her that pissed me off this whole book. I was just like, girl, please sit down somewhere, please. And the last book we read is Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer. This was our book club book pick of the month for November. I rated this 3 stars, and everybody always hypes up this book. They're like, oh my goodness, the frog companion, so funny, so cutesy, the plot, the storyline, the romance. Girl, the romance don't even come until like the last 10 pages. It's kind of like Cruel Prince in a way, but it's also not, because it's like it builds gradually and understandably throughout the story, you know? So it's not like Cruel Prince as in like the dynamic or the trope, but it's more like Cruel Prince in the slow burn aspect, right? So we don't really get too much romance until like the last few pages of the first book, and it was like good. I usually don't like slow burns, but I surprisingly enjoyed this one. That's not what took the rating down. What really took the rating down for me was how dragged on it felt and overhyped I feel like this book was. And I don't just rate books lore just because I feel like they're overhyped. Like Onyx Storm felt like it was overhyped, but I still rated it pretty good. Like I think I rated like 4 or 5 stars. I just feel like it was really overhyped, but it was not a bad book, right? So I don't rate books lore just because I find that they're overhyped, but the reasons why I think they're overhyped may cause it to stumble down in the stars, right? So Assistant to the Villain was so dragged on to the point where when we got to page I gotta see how many pages are in this book, because like we got to page 200 and I was just like, girl, wrap it up, it's time to go. Okay, it's time to go home. So There was a lot of scenes, first of all, we could have cut out and I would not have been confused at all. Like, stuff would have made a lot more sense if things were actually cut out. I was confused. I was lost when things were added in, right? There were scenes where the villain would just crash out on Evangeline for, like, no, like, he crashed over to her over a piece of paper. And then another dude was like, "Oh, that's my piece of paper," and he like literally didn't crash out on him. Just say you hate me without saying you hate me, right? So yeah, I liked the way she was hired. I liked the way that the book ran, but there were just some things I feel like we could have cut down. Things could have made sense. Like there was like I said, when I got to page 200, I was just ready for it to be over. I was just like, wrap it up. It's dragging on too long. Do I think I will continue the series? Yes, I genuinely do, because I do want to know what happens next. But I don't think it's all that. And if you're like choosing between this book and another popular book talk book, I would say try the other popular book talk book before coming to Assistant to the Villain. But what do I know? You might like Assistant to the Villain a lot more than I did. But that is it for today's video. Love y'all so much. Kisses. Maddie out, and goodbye.